What's advice that you would give to your daughter with regards to men? Any advice, tips or things to look out for in men? Always look at what he does and not what he says. There's men that just want to use you up until there is nothing left. Then there are men who will do anything to help you elevate in life. Both these types of men want pussy. Actions speak louder than words. Observe how he acts in various situations. It's important to see potential in men. But it's also important to see if they're a dreamer or a doer. Ask yourself this question: if things got very difficult in life, would I trust this man to do the right thing? Most men say the right things. Some men do the right things. Fewer men can be counted on to do the right things when it comes at a personal cost to themselves. Those rare men are the ones worth keeping in your life. Trust your intuition. Actions speak louder than words. Any man who ignores a boundary that you've set is not a man worth spending time with. Don't worry if he likes you. Worry if you like him. Look at how he treats the other women in his family. That is a good indicator how he will be with you. Men will offer you things from time to time. Be careful what you accept and from whom. Nothing is free, no matter what they say. And other men know that too. I'm not a man, but when my daughter was 11 or so, I brought home a bunch of colored condoms. We spent the afternoon blowing them up, using static to stick them to walls, etc. While we were doing it, I said something along the lines of, at some point a guy will tell you that condoms are too small, tight. But you could put your whole head in one. Exactly. Stay safe, baby. Good men exist, and rarely they are the loud one. Watch how he treats kittens. Say yes when you mean yes. Say no when you mean no. Expect that your response will be respected. And you are allowed to secure your own safety. The first two ensure unambiguous communication. The third point helps ensure that she's dealing with someone who respects her. And the last point makes clear that no one has permission to make her feel unsafe. I've got both my daughters in martial arts to help their confidence and give them better odds if they have to secure their own safety. Look at what they do, not what they say. People can say anything. Never trust words that aren't confirmed with actions. His relationship with his parents speaks volumes. Don't ever tolerate a man who does not fully value your consent. Not necessarily a direct answer to the question, but it still carries some value in regards to educating your daughter about men. It's really important for the father figure to show his daughter authentic love and vulnerability, so that she knows how to differentiate between real love and someone who carries a facade to mask hidden motives. I suppose that goes for mother and son too, now that I think about it. Face with monocle. IDK, just my 5 cents. Trust your gut. There are good ones out there. 1. Do not drop your standards under any circumstance whatsoever. 2. If you can't see yourself with the guy long term, then don't waste time on him now. 3. Get input about him from other men who you can trust, not male friends. There's no such thing. Preferably a cousin, sibling, or your father. Men can pick out bullshit in other men far better than women usually can. It will save you a lot of heartbreak. Make sure she knows she doesn't need a man, but should want one who adds value to her life, not just to have anyone at all. Also, sexually, make sure she knows how to love on herself so she can have better shared experiences. I grew up in a purity culture and was told how wrong masturbation was, and it took me a while to realize I'm supposed to enjoy sex too with someone else, and it is okay to show a partner what you like and is even encouraged. But I have to know what I like to do that. If he's hood, he's no good. The boys are like apples on a tree. A good apple isn't a good apple until it's ripe. Best leave it on the tree if it's not ready. Marry before you carry. Don't ask him to open up. Then get judgmental when he does. Listen to him. And try to help him find solutions for his problems. Google the difference between limerence, lust and love. The smart men know this and the silly girls think it's a spark. Beware that they are also human and fully capable of hurting her just as she are capable of hurting them. I'm paranoid and know women who have been assaulted by women, so I'm not taking any chances. Any children of mine will know what a human is capable of and how to deal with it. With men specifically, I might remind her of her capabilities and general safety regarding pregnancy. If she is into dudes, I'm pretty open about sex stuff, so I might discuss more guy-specific things when she is older and can have those types of conversations. If he has a wastebasket in the bathroom with a lid, he's a keeper. If I had a daughter, I would give her a general rundown of evolutionary psychology so that she'd understand why people are often attracted to assholes. Armed with this knowledge, I would trust her to reject assholes. If he wants to be with you and love you, he will. If you have to chase him or work to get attention and love from him, then he is not the one. Don't waste your time. The real ones will stick around and put forth the effort. When you do find that guy, take care of him. Relationships are like being in a team together, and you both need to do things to help and show affection to the other. So make his dinner and do his laundry. If he is the guy like I mentioned before, then he will return the favor in other ways. Also learn patience. Communicate. Listen. Be truthful. Do not get all of your advice and feedback about men from women. Especially not middle-aged, divorced, bitter women. I think the best thing I can do for my daughter, if I have one, just one kid right now, is set an example with how my wife and I treat each other. What sort of behavior we encourage in her and our son growing up. What types of people she's surrounded with through our friends, etc. Any statements I make from there should simply be verbalizing what she's hopefully already learned. Absorbed. If a guy is blowing her off, that's not how I treat your mom. I think he should value your time more. Not all men are same. Just because one hurt you, if you feel comfortable around one, be with him. If you don't, it's never too late and is completely fine to say no. Men are very different. Just because men in your family act one way doesn't mean others will be like that. Some are cool, some are not, but let's talk more after judo class. Always look out for yourself. Always. Fall in love. Feel it completely. But never give so much of yourself away that you can't live without the other person. I give my daughter the advice to get her life together. Get an education. Have self-respect and treat others in a respectful way. And I tell her to focus on changing herself to the better, instead of trying to change everyone else. So far she hasn't met any bad men by following that advice. Blue balls are never, ever, the woman's problem. You can get pregnant the first time. If honesty on your part doesn't work, or you aren't getting honesty, it's never going to work. Don't play games. And avoid the ones who do. If you can't be genuine, it will never work. And if there are problems in the early stages, it's time to end it and move on. If a man is vulnerable, do not look down on him. It took him a lot to do that. Men are simple. Have respect for yourself. Dress modestly and be polite, and the good men will respect you. Plus the ones that don't are more likely to fuck off. Don't listen to the identity politics bullshit. You are you first and foremost. You cannot change that, so be true to yourself and don't let yourself be constrained by their identity categories. Even the most kind-hearted, most patient man will have their limit of what they will tolerate.